Hello, my name is Chris Ross. I'll be talking to you today about memory safe programming languages and the impact that it has on the industry's safety and security. Uh, about a year ago today, the White House actually recommended that the industry move towards memory safe programming languages. So my research for my paper went through kind of analyzing if memory safe programming languages are indeed safe, more safe than non-memory safe programming languages. How did we do that? Well, we identified a subset of memory safe languages and non-memory safe languages. We analyzed vulnerabilities and the impacts and security risks to these programming languages, um, suggested some additional research to be done, and came up to a conclusion based off results if memory safe languages are more secure. How did I do my research? Well, the design was we were going to use the National Vulnerability Database. It's got over 20 years of vulnerabilities, some to include the programming languages that we're going to talk about here. Um, it's set up so that you have a severity rating and a score. So you have the CVEs, the CVSS scores. It's a well-known entity. Uh, my strength of being in vulnerability management, I was very familiar with this. And this is the approach that I took to research um, non-memory safe and memory safe programming languages to see all the risks associated to them. So, as I just stated, right, each vulnerability has a severity rating. Those severity ratings are critical, high, medium, and low. Each has a score that's associated to them within that bracket of categorization. So, I took all that. I went and compared the programming languages, tallied up the averages and the total vulnerabilities associated, and that kind of painted the picture of if if not, if memory safe languages are indeed more secure or not. So obviously there's a lot of data, right? Granted, we only used a subset of 5 years from Jan of 2019 to April of 2024. Uh, Still a lot of things to parse through. So two ways you can do this. You can go to the National Vulnerability site and look for each programming language and download that, add it to a CSV, compile it, or you can go to GitHub. NVIDIA has an actual GitHub where you can download a Python script from the repository, connect an API, and then scrape directly from the website. So that's what we did. I ended up creating a Python script to scrape. And within there, I was set, severities, the date, the time frame, right? The different programming languages, and was able to pull all that, put it into CSV or Excel, and make it pretty. So let's go over the results. I'm gonna let you digest for a second, right? I know when I was compiling this, even though I looked at it millions of times through the Excel sheet, once you have it on the paper, it was not what I was expecting, right? I figured non-memory safe programming languages such as C and C++ would have a lot more vulnerabilities. Granted, this is, January 2019 to April 2024. It's a small subset, and we, C and C++ have been around for a very long time. We know that there's a lack of memory safety in both of these program languages, which poses a risk to security and stability. These languages allow for direct memory manipulation, and they don't have built-in safety checks, right? That's kind of the reason why it's been recommended that we switch to a memory safe language instead. So the red text here, right, for the high C++ high and then C medium indicates that there's vulnerabilities tied to buffer overflows, memory leaks, and arbitrary code execution. Um, This was kind of a common trend among vulnerabilities between both languages, so I wanted to call that out to have another similarity between the two. So the average score here was 6.54 and a medium. So moving on, memory safe programming languages. This also, again, I thought it was going to be flip-flopped. Caught me by surprise. As you can see here, again, there's a lot of buffer overflow, memory leaks, and arbitrary code execution between these five languages. There obviously is more languages, but for this subset, we utilize Java and Python because they're widely known and used for a lot of various different things, such as, enterprise systems and application code development, machine learning, all the fun stuff, right? So Java and Python have criticals, which is not good. They also have a higher total number of vulnerabilities than the other three, Golang, C Sharp, and Ruby. Um, this could be because they've been around longer. It could also be because they're more widely used. But yeah, as you can see here, there's more vulnerabilities that are tied to memory safe languages. There's a higher severity score average. Um, and it's kind of pointing to show that memory safe languages aren't necessarily more safe or secure. So overall results, right? Memory safe programming languages have more vulnerabilities than non-memory safe. The findings indicate that memory safe languages also have risks with memory leaks, buffer overflows, and arbitrary code execution that are associated with the same findings in non-memory safe languages. And kind of the stipulation that goes with this is what makes them less secure. So it kind of shows that, they're both not secure. And there's more vulnerabilities tied, right? So that's kind of the end findings. The pie chart in the top right. I wanted to not focus on, the findings, but I also was curious. So I took a snapshot for, from 2002 to 2024 of total vulnerabilities for each of the languages that we were researching and doing it. Analysis on. And as you can see here, the Python has 813 total vulnerabilities, and Ruby has 513. So as time has gone, it kind of fluctuates with which ones out of those memory safe programming languages have more vulnerabilities tied to them. And then on the bottom there, you can kind of see the average score, which is that dotted line, and then which ones are above and below for the severity ratings. So, contrary to common belief, to include myself, the analysis reveals that memory safe programming languages do not necessarily have fewer or less severe vulnerabilities than non-memory safe. And this, was proven by utilizing a data set that is well known and a scoring method that has been around for a while. So you could perceive that memory safe languages are not fully aligned with what is being perceived for them as being less vulnerable. They are. And so I would say that more research needs to be done. And hopefully you'll take the time to go read my paper. Again, like I said in the beginning, there's additional research that can be done. I have some things listed in there that I was thinking about when I was doing this, paper for my master's. In addition, there's a fun attack in there, which is a cross-architectural attack that dives into how you can manipulate the memory safe and non-memory safe architecture to bypass security controls in each of the programming languages. So go to SANS, check it out. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. If you want to talk about this more, I'm here. And thank you again for taking the time to listen to this. I hope everyone has a great day or night, depending on where you are. Um, and hopefully you'll continue the research. Thank you.